Hey traders, welcome back. It's Katy. I hope you all had a great week. Today we're looking at the three most important coins, BTC, ETH, and SOL, what happened this week, how the structure looks, and where I see potential entries right now. Let's jump straight in, because time is money. Quick disclaimer, this is not financial advice. I'm simply sharing what I do myself and how I analyze the charts. You are always responsible for your own decisions and trades. Trade smart and with your own plan. Let's start with a quick look at the crypto bubbles to get a sense of the overall market this week. You can see it right away. Some coins took a hit, while others held steady. It gives us a good feel for the general sentiment before diving into the charts. Let's start, as always, with Bitcoin. On the weekly time frame, the trend is clearly bullish. Price is holding above the 50 EMA on the daily, and moving neatly between our trend lines. On the daily chart, things look a bit different. Price is below the 50 EMA and even dropped under the 200 EMA, so a little headwind here. We've also seen a lot of long positions liquidated, which is actually healthy. The market is cleaning itself up. For now, I'm waiting for a clean bullish structure to form before re-entering. On the 4-hour chart, we drew out the bearish structure and hit our entry zone right at the 1.618 Fibonacci extension, $103,843. We took the entry there, everything going according to plan. Moving on to Ethereum. On the weekly chart, it still looks bullish. Price is holding above the 50 exponential moving average. On the daily, we had a bearish sequence, the red one, and we took our entry right at the 1.618 Fibo extension level, around $3,557. The full correction level is already marked, and now we're waiting for confirmation for the next setup. There are two possible strategies here. Trade each level individually and set your stop just before the next one, or combine two levels to increase your accuracy. Since the overall bias is bullish, this could also act as a short hedge to protect the long positions. On the 4-hour chart, we already have a bullish sequence forming. We just need a clearer confirmation for the entry. And last but not least, Solana. On the weekly, we're also bullish here, even though price briefly dipped below the 50 EMA. The market recovered quickly and is pushing back to the north. On the daily time frame, the bearish sequence hasn't reached the reversal zone yet. That's around 136.28 USD. The BC correction level was hit and then moved back down. Price is still below the 50 and 200 EMAs, and the bullish target zone is just below the all-time high at 275.44 USD. On the 4-hour chart, we're waiting for a bullish structure to form. On the 1-hour time frame, a clean bearish structure has already formed, and the reversal zone at 176.14 USD was tested. The next target is at the 0.5 Fibonacci level, around 192.58 USD, where price could bounce, offering a potential short setup. Now let's talk about the news of the week. After Trump's tweet about being in a trade conflict with China, market makers took advantage of the situation and pushed prices down hard. About 19 billion USD were liquidated, the biggest liquidation in crypto history. Shortly after, J.D. Vance said that a resolution would be found, and later in the week, Trump himself mentioned again that both sides have an interest in avoiding escalation. The government shutdown is still in place, but has had little impact on prices so far. Finally, let's take a look at the liquidation heat map to see where the biggest liquidity clusters are. On the 3-day chart, there's a lot of liquidity sitting above, around 109,600 USD, while the lower side has already been mostly cleared out. On the 1-week chart, liquidity is also stacked higher, around 116,000 USD, and the 1-month view shows the same, a strong cluster around 116,000 USD, and another near the all-time high around 126,000 USD. That tells us market makers might be hunting short positions next to grab that liquidity. A quick look at the Fear and Greed Index. It's sitting at 22, which means extreme fear. And as always, when the crowd is scared, that's often when the best opportunities appear. especially for patient long traders. That's my overview for this week. I hope this content helped you out and gave you some real value. Now it's your turn. Drop a comment below and tell me which coin or token you'd like me to analyze next week, or what topics you want me to cover. Every week I pick one community favorite, so let me know what you'd like to see. Thanks for watching, stay disciplined, and remember, charts don't lie, but traders often do.